Hi and welcome to Excel Woman with Tobi, where we equip, empower and encourage you for success in business and in life God's way. My name is Tobi Awoyemi, and today's question: how can I turn my passion into a profitable business idea? This is a question I get often when I'm speaking at women's groups, trainings, workshops, all over, the UK usually. And I totally love this question. The reason why? This is something that I experienced myself a while ago. I was in a lucrative job as an IT consultant. It was a well-paid job, convenient for me as well, for family life. But I just wasn't fulfilled in that role. And until I started working in the area of my passion, that was when I started to experience fulfillment in what I do. So it's really a question that I love. Now going on to the answer. How can you turn your passion into a profitable business idea? The first thing is determine in your heart that you really want a business. The fact that you enjoy doing something does not mean that you're ready to take it to the next level as a business. It might just be a hobby. You can enjoy playing football, but are you ready to be a professional footballer? It involves leaving your family behind, going for trainings and traveling all over the world. That's the first thing. Also, the fact that you enjoy sewing, the fact that you enjoy, whatever your area of passion is, does not mean that you're also ready. The business is not only about doing what you love doing. There will be other areas as well, such as research into that area. You need to market, you need to learn a few skills, you need to do some administration, you might even need to do some of your own accounts. So are you ready for that? I'm not trying to deter you from starting your own business. It's lovely. It can be very beneficial. You're doing what you love doing and you're making an income from it. A popular basketballer once said, I get paid to do what I love doing every day. How fantastic is that? Imagine if you got paid to do what you love doing. For example, as an individual, I love imparting people with knowledge. I love impacting people to help them get to the next level of their lives. I love to see people progress in whatever they're doing. And I'm hoping that that's what I'm doing for you at the moment. And I totally enjoy doing it. So what would you do if you had the opportunity to do what you love doing? One question I always ask is, if everyone from president to teacher to cleaner, whatever it is that you do, gets paid $10 an hour, I'll just use a dollar, $10 an hour for whatever they do, what would you do? I know that I would do what I'm doing right now. I love imparting people, so that's what I would do. So determine in your heart that you really want to start a business, that you really want to take this to the next level, that you're willing to give what it takes, and that is not just a hobby, and it can be a very, very profitable thing for you. Think Google, think Facebook, think the big business giants have been able to make an impact with their lives, and nothing stops you from being one of those people. You need the idea, you need the opportunity, and you need to be able to work it to make it happen. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, what are you passionate about? I asked a question a few minutes ago. If everyone got paid $10 an hour for whatever they did, what would you choose to do? That's the first litmus test to help you determine what it is that you're passionate about. Then I would go further to say, what you enjoy doing. What is it that even if you were not paid to do it, you would do it? What magazines do you like reading? What shows do you like watching? What books do you like reading? What do people always compliment you on? Those things will show you what you enjoy doing. Obviously, the compliments is what will help you to know that is something that you're good at. What have you got results at? What is it that you do effortlessly, where everyone says, wow, that's amazing. That's so cool, that's so great. And you're just like, really? I just threw this together. A bit like when you dress up in the morning and your hubby tells you you look so good and you're like, oh, I just threw this together. Not that, but I'm just messing about with you. But really, what is it that you do effortlessly, that you get complimented on, that you enjoy doing, that you're always drawn to? For me, I love teaching others. I love impacting others with knowledge because I just want to see others grow. You can see those elements in because I love learning, I love reading. And the main purpose of reading, when I'm reading, I'm thinking, how can this make a difference to me and to others? That's the second thing that we've addressed here, finding what you're truly passionate about. Now that you've determined in your heart that you actually want to start a business, and it's just not a hobby. And also, you've determined what your area of passion is. My next point would be, how can you turn this passion into a product or a service that people actually want? A product or service that people will actually pay you for. So I'm going to give a few examples just to help you out here. Let's say, for example, you love baking cakes. What about teaching others how to bake cakes? That's another thing. What about you become successful at your cake baking business and you teach others how to start that kind of business as well and be successful at it, just like you've become successful at it? Those are the few things that you can do. I'll give you another example, which is actually somebody that I do know personally. You love making jewelry. So let's start with, again, just like in the cake business, you start making jewelry. You make jewelry, you retail them, so you sell them to others. Another next step is teaching others how to make jewelry for themselves as individuals, or even starting a jewelry business just like you. But remember, starting a jewelry business for them would not be just making jewelry. You would have to teach them how to have a successful jewelry business. So that might involve how to hire the right employees. That might involve how they do the accounting, how they plan, where they decide to, to work from. Can you actually work from home making that your jewelry, or do you have to go, in somewhere? Where do they get the raw products? What manufacturers do you use? What equipment do you use? Those are the kind of things that you can actually begin to teach others. But that can only happen once you have become successful at building that business. Another example is you love sewing or you love designing. Okay, could you start designing, start designing clothes? I'm not going to, if you notice, I'm not mentioning specific target groups yet, which I'm going to go into. I'm just focusing on the business idea, so the product or service. So you start designing. You design for others, you teach others how to design, you start a design school, you teach others how to start a business like yours. Those are the different facets of, having one business idea and turning it into products and services. The next point to look at is, now you're comfortable with your business idea, the product or service that you want, who will actually buy this product from you? A funny example, if you're designing clothes for children, the children can't afford to buy the clothes from you, don't you? Your target audience are their parents. Those are the people that you target with your advertisements, with your marketing, because those are the people who have the buying power to pay for those clothes. So who are your target audience? Your target audience might be consumers, so individuals, like yourself, like myself. So I'm a mom, I'm a wife, but I'm an individual apart from being an entrepreneur, apart from being a business person. So that's the first thing, consumers and individuals like yourself. It can also be businesses. As an example, I run a social media consultancy firm, and my target audience are mostly other business owners who want to use social media to make sales online. So your target audience might be other businesses. Again, your target audience might be governmental bodies, so state governments or national governments, so services that you can offer them, that you can help them with, consultancy services. It can be marketing services, IT services, various services that you might be offering to that group of people. It can also be charitable organizations. If we look back at the various groups I've mentioned, so we've talked about consumers, which are individuals, we've looked at other businesses, we've looked at governmental bodies, we've looked at charitable organizations. So there's various groups that could be your target audience for that product or service that you're offering to them. I'm going to think about, just in case, you're struggling with whatever area, a particular area of your passion, I'm going to, just give quite a few examples that I can think about, to help you. So for example, there's the weight loss industry, there's the financial industry, there's the beauty industry, so there's just various businesses, various areas that you can look at. Whatever you do, make sure that your target audience already exists. It's easily identifiable. Now, just a few more points to help you determine your target audience. Think about who you like working with. Do you like working with individuals, adults, children? Do you like working with businesses? Do you like working with governmental organizations or even educational institutions? So these are the questions that will really help you determine your target audience. Do some research about this target audience. You can interview members of this target audience or even research online. You can actually look at Amazon, eBay, the large e-commerce stores, and see what people are already doing. You can look at what books are they reading, what are they buying. Do your research. Look at your competitors. What are they doing? If you have no competitors, find out why. If nobody's doing what you're planning to do, there might be a reason why. I'm not saying it's impossible. You can be the first in the market, but do your research properly and find out why nobody is doing that already. Now, just going back and rounding up, our question today was, how can I turn my passion into a profitable business idea? Which is a common question I get in a lot of women's groups that I get to talk to about starting and building successful businesses. So firstly, we said you need to determine if you really want to start a business. Remember, the fact that you enjoy doing something does not mean that you're ready to take it to the next level as a business. Make sure it's not just a hobby. Secondly, we said determine your area of passion. What is that thing that you love doing? That thing that even if you don't get paid for, we want you to get paid for it, and that's why we're on the show today. But that thing that you would do even if you were not going to get paid for it. And the third thing was, how can you turn that passion into a product or service that people actually want, that they will pay for? We talked about various industries. We talked about the weight loss industry, maybe the music industry, the financial industry. We talked about choosing a target audience and making sure that they really want your product and or service. And until next time, it's been me, Tobi Show, telling you how to turn your passion into a profitable business idea. See you next time.